Hola, buenos días a todos.
Hello and good morning. Thanks for being here.
Bien, hoy tenemos aquí con nosotros, os traemos
Today we are going to be sharing yet another innovation use case that makes us feel extremely proud. So we're going to be discussing about how Telefónica approaches innovation as to solve a market problem. And we have Miguel and Jorge. Miguel from Telefónica Safety and Innovation, and Jorge from Unmanned Life. So if you want to introduce yourself, Miguel, what is Telefónica Engineering and Security, and what solutions do you launch into the market? Thank you very much, Mark, for inviting us. So basically in Telefónica Safety and Security, we are the department that works for security in-house and outside. So as our name indicates, we are engineers. We work in collaboration with companies like Unmanned Life, in collaboration with Wira, in order to push forward innovation in safety. What is Unmanned Life, Jorge? You are not drones developers or drones manufacturers, but you are related to the drone market. Well, first of all, thank you very much for having invited me. Unmanned Life is a platform that provides robots with autonomy. We can integrate any possible robot in the area of safety, critical infrastructure inspection, etc. In Unmanned Life, we combine robotics with sensors, and an ecosystem around robots, analytics, business information systems, sensors, etc., and robotics as such, right? And a very important element here is connectivity. Connectivity is what really differentiates us in the market. We are a network-first software. Our software is, let's say, powered by connectivity, and that's why we're here with Telefónica to discuss about how 5G and new connectivities help us escalate as robotics-related software. So the use case we're going to be discussing about has to do with autonomous drones for surveillance purposes. Miguel, could you please elaborate about the solution and how it's been to start working with Unmanned Life? Well, the question sounds easy, but it's not an easy one. Let me give you a little bit of a background. The drone technology is pretty new and groundbreaking. Nonetheless, we have been operating with it for a couple of years or even 3, so we have evolved it. We realized that incorporating drones for safety purposes is a differential value, because drones have many advantages. They can fly around and thus cut down decision-making timings. It gives you a general perspective of a certain premise. You can equip them with sensors, etc. But we can pilot drones remotely thanks to 5G. Well, all the parts of the puzzle end up matching, right? So being able to pilot a drone from thousands of miles away and being able to obtain real-life information, relevant information in whatever area you are working in, is a differential value compared to any other safety solution out in the market. So drones, the platform, and connectivity are 3 pillars. Jorge, could you perhaps elaborate a little bit about what each player brings into the equation? What does Telefónica bring? What does Unmanned Life bring, etc.? Well, Telefónica has connectivity and a great deal of expertise about how to incubate products before the launch into the market. Telefónica provides us with access to a wide catalog of customers. So connectivity, expertise, customers' portfolio, the technological expertise in the area of cybersecurity. Telefónica is an ecosystem, right? So let me give you an example. The video management systems, ENG Tech. Telefónica works directly with all the systems, thus connecting us into the system and allowing us access to a very complex ecosystem. We are a small startup, so it's not easy to penetrate such ecosystems. And I believe we give back to Telefónica the agility that being a startup entails. We are quite quick when it comes to adapting, iterating, and adapting our product to the customer's needs. We are quick when it comes to integrating solutions into our platform, so I believe this is the win-win scenario. Okay, we'll then speak about the interaction between a corporate and a startup and the dynamics behind. This is an interesting point. But before that, I would like to ask you, Miguel, if we can elaborate on a point that Jorge raised, which is self-market. One of the modules that we are using is through the demo that we have in Distrito Telefónica that we'll see at the end of the session. I would like to know the following. How do customers react when you present a groundbreaking solution? Because we are speaking at the end of the day about autonomous drones safety solutions. So how does this, I mean, how do customers react when they are presented with this solution? Well, it's easy to sell. Such an innovative solution like this one is, I mean, quite easy to sell, as I said before. In the meetings with our customers, we introduce key concepts such as drones, autonomous, and 5G connectivity in real time, and they really look forward to know more about the project. I would like to underline the challenge we faced in the deployment of this solution in Distrito Telefónica. We announced the solution in the previous MWC, the one that was postponed due to COVID-19, and we wanted to launch the project on that same year. So we had to put together a solid team in collaboration with Unmanned Life and Telefonica, and in a short period, in 8 months, we were capable of launching the pilot, fine-tuning it according to the needs of the scenario, which is the Distrito Telefónica in Madrid, and it wasn't an easy task. So at the end of the day, we managed to reprogram the solution and launch it to the market in a very short period of time. All, in 1 year, we have been, we have operated around 80 demos with different customers, and there's still a waiting list of many customers who want to check the solution. As I said before, it's a very groundbreaking and innovative solution with clear benefits, and I believe customers understand the parts of the puzzle very easily, and they say things clearly. In projects like the one we're going to be sharing with you today, I believe there's a certain, facility to reach the market. You said before that in 8 months you launched the pilot, the solution. How did this happen? Because probably there are some other startups in the room. We'll also speak about other products that you're launching into the market, and probably there are other startups that could give you, a solution or perhaps innovation. Say I'm a startup, and I will say, wow, 8 months is quite a long time for me. But for Telefónica, this is quick. 8 months is very quick. So tell us a little bit more about how all the technical parameters were taken into account, etc., in order to deploy the final product. The good point about working with a startup is that they are very agile. So when we carry out an assessment test, well, with WIDA, you introduced us to the company. We have our own needs, and as I said before, we started working with drones. And then we presented our own idea about where technology is headed in the area of safety and security, and we improved the project, right, the pilot project, and actually it's in permanent development. So we managed to develop a product that you are going to be presenting in a few minutes that really matches what we believe are the key needs in the area of safety. Let me give you a comparison or an example. Let's say we have a perimeter fence, fixed cameras, access controls, etc. And when an alarm rings, it's very difficult to check what's going on unless you have a person there. So we thought, okay, we need to use technology with in order to be able to manage to check all the premises with one single drone. We have now drones, very autonomous ones, so that they can fly for around 40 or 45 minutes, overflying the area of interest, and all this in order to geoposition alerts so that the drone can provide us with images or other relevant informations in real time. So we are a one single manufacturer solution with groundbreaking technology. So at the end of the day, thanks to our partnership with a startup, this really helps us understand where the market is headed and adapting to the market needs. Absolutely. So it's clear that, I mean, I would like to know the opinion of you, from a startup perspective. How was it for you adapting to Telefonica working culture? It hasn't been easy. 8 months for Telefonica is a very quick period, whereas for us it's a very long period. Nonetheless, we believe in partnership. We really value the partnership with Telefonica. We knew it would be an interesting project, so it was worth it investing 8 months. 8 months incubating, obtaining, of course, the relevant permits, because the scenario where we launched the demo kit is a tricky one. Telefonica headquarters is in an urban area not far from the airport, so there were many limitations, and now we are proving that it's the future. It's where we are headed, and we have the product out there. Can we be more agile? Absolutely. Are we becoming more agile? Yes, also. Of course, when there's a barrier, there's a validation. We understand that our technology is valid for the market, and sometimes waiting is worth it. It's been a long process. Nonetheless, we understand why it took a while to get where we are. Unmanned Life has an international vocation, right? You operate in other countries, and Telefonica has a strong footprint in other countries like the UK, Germany, LATAM. So I would like to know, what is your perspective about international expansion and opportunities in other countries? Let me start by raising an important element, the product. We are incubating the product, the service, with DIS, and we have already presented the product in Germany. In December, we signed a contract with Telefónica Germany based on the solution deployed in Distrito Telefónica. So we are seeing the first outcomes. Working here in Spain means that your solution can be expanded to other countries. We are in discussion with the UK, with Ecuador. So indeed, we are going beyond the Spanish footprint, and this is an important international push. Let me insist on the fact that Unmanned Life is a robotics autonomous platform from which different applications stem, and the main application is in the area of safety. Of course, safety is a large area or a large field that includes, for example, situation awareness in order to gain insights about what's going on in a certain premises. In Germany, thanks to DIS, I believe it was easier to understand what happens with the platform, thanks to other use cases more focused in logistics and manufacturing, combining other robots. But of course, validation has been possible thanks to TIS and the product that we have with TIS in the area of safety. Unmanned Live, the platform, what does it do? I believe we have raised different use cases, and well, perhaps it's not humble from my side, but I believe it's the best solution out there in the market. What makes you different from other platforms of drone operations, robot synchronization, etc.? Well, there are many different elements which could be considered key differentiators. There's a lot of competition out there, there's no doubt about it, but our competitors are very much vertical oriented. So in the area of safety, there are many. Nonetheless, what makes us different is that with the same technology, we can deploy different use cases or applications. In safety, for example, with the same drone and the same solution, we can perform safety rounds, safety inspections, and situation awareness. And, well, this provides us with a great deal of flexibility. We can we can respond to different customer needs. Secondly, we are agnostic. We are hardware agnostic. So we develop software and we integrate to any robot in the market, any drone in the market. So the concept agnostic is quite wide. Let me acknowledge that we have a hardware that we use for the market, but of course when it comes to integrating with our drones, we carry out integration, and we are pioneers in network-first approach. Our platform makes us interoperable in network and in any kind of system. Today, edge computing and cloud are top liners, so we have assessed the technology which combined with 5G makes the solution even more optimal. So these three elements make us are key differentiators. Okay, let me now raise another point, the interaction between corporate and startups. But I would like to know, what is your take from Telefónica safety and security? Beyond drones, vigilance services, what other products and services do you have in the portfolio? Well, we work with Unmanned Life, which is the platform that orchestrates robotics, but we also have partners in drones manufacturing. For example, let me give you an example. A drone used to perform safety tasks in an oil and gas company. You need an ATX certificate, so we have partners that can manufacture ATF certified drones. Of course, if drones are used wrongly, they can become a threat. So we have partners that can spot and mitigate. We have MWS solutions that integrate different data sources in a centralized platform that can be integrated with Unmanned Life, not to speak about traditional safety features such as perimeteral fencing, etc. So all these solutions that enhance and boost solutions, well, we are suppliers. And are you open to innovation? We are open to new partnerships. New technologies have a safety-related challenge or threat. Cybersecurity, physical security, personal safety. So at the end of the day, we, of course, create technology, but we also create technology so that we can some people might start or have deployed platforms to optimize fleet management. Then we have an anti-malware feature. So these are three clear examples of groundbreaking technologies that didn't exist a few years ago. So we are 100% open to evolve the technology and, of course, partnering with the startups. It's been a success up to date. Jorge, why don't you tell us a little bit more about, well, you arrived hand in hand with Wayra, and Unmanned Life is a Wayra participated company. Why did you decide to join efforts with Telefónica? And yeah, how has it been for you? Well, Waira was the one that got us in touch with Telefónica. And why Telefónica? Well, Waira participated, as you mentioned before, so we wanted to become a platform which was powered by 5G, connectivity, interoperability, etc. So this is a parameter that told us that we had to partner with a telco based on connectivity and connected robots, because we know this is the future. So this is how we decided to start incubating our project with Telefónica today. We work at a global level. Nonetheless, we have a very solid relationship with Telefónica. We are launching a project together with Telefónica, and we designed it in partnership with Telefónica. And this is not the case with other operators. With DIS, we are developing this safety product, and we are indeed co-developing the solution with Telefónica day after day. There's a new integration, a new roadmap. So yeah, things evolve very quickly. Absolutely, thank you. So this relationship, which is becoming more, let's say, narrow, has brought you to develop other solutions. Miguel, what solutions are we talking about? Of course, we cannot give any customer's name, but it seems like we are closing contracts with others, right? Yeah, absolutely. So this joint effort has allowed us to design and co-design solutions for unattended facilities and, I don't know, so the first way we've done it is to carry out the timeline and predefine routes, or it can be used as a safety round, and yet another service, because thanks to 5G, the information is stored in Telefónica's cloud, and we can optimize the data after an analysis. This is the first operation. Then there's autonomous, let's say, flights with a pilot in a control center, in a remote control center that can operate the drone in real time. They can operate the pathway that the drone follows and the sensors. In this case, a thermic camera to better understand what's happening in the interest area. And last but not least, we are integrated in AVSML, and the drone takes off and checks what's happening by sending us alerts in the case an anomaly is detected.
Proyecto completo lo estamos desarrollando.
So this project is going to be available in a few months, and the idea would be to replicate it not only with this customer that has already shown interest in implementing the project in their facilities, but with many other customers. And this is where we are headed towards. Unmanned Life has helped a lot in this sense. It is important also to underline that this customer will help us push forward and replicate the project that we have been incubating for quite a long time. It's been a long pathway to reach a commercial contract, a yearly commercial contract, but we believe the future is unlimited for this service and products. And, well, not only with this customer, but with many others. I believe it's going to be a flagship, a technological flagship. Sometimes groundbreaking innovation is difficult to sell for the first time, right? Who is the early adopter of groundbreaking technologies? But once you have the early adopter, others see the solution, and I believe you have a very promising future. There's another element that needs to be underlined. When customers use this solution, they start spotting other use cases. Of course, drones fly, but perhaps you need an automated safety mechanism in an underground parking or garage. So we can deploy solutions in this area. We have an immense capacity to keep evolving technology, to keep pushing forward technology. To close, I would like to give a tip or a recommendation to other startups. Is it worth investing time and resources to partnering with a corporate like us, like Telefónica? And from Telefónica side, why are you still interested in looking for innovation out there in the market? Well, my advice for other startups would be, please make a clear difference between startups and large corporates like Telefónica. And even if we want to be agile, Miguel, for example, here really wants to push things forward, but you need to bear in mind that there's a corporation behind that slows down the process. So don't be frustrated. Keep working. I believe it's good to partner with different departments within one same corporate, listen to different perspectives, sell your project in different departments so that they know who you are. There's a team called Global CTIO, which is not commercially oriented, but rather much more practical oriented. So it is about understanding how to move around within a corporate and not focusing into one single person or contact person or department. I believe this has been key in our partnership with Telefónica, absolutely. And our advice from the perspective of a large corporation, I believe that it's important for startups to know where they want to get. Let me share an anecdote with you. The first meeting we had with Unmanned Life, I was presented a platform that could orchestrate drones all around the world in real time. And I was like, hey, wait. No, they had this objective in mind. It was very clear. They wanted to launch a fleet of robots from a centralized platform anywhere in the world that would send all this information in real time. So they were clear about their aims or goals, and they really spotted the market in it. So we have helped them, of course, because at the end of the day, this collaboration is a way to support a startup to replace or redefine the commercial pathway in the field of security in this case. But at the end of the day, you need to be clear on the fact that if you bet for one line, you need to keep working down this line. Now, to conclude this session, I would like to say that from Wayra, we oftentimes find ourselves in this situation, right? Startups have a groundbreaking, disruptive, global perspective, and I believe Telefónica is very much oriented towards a specific use cases. So this is a good point. Oftentimes what I keep telling startups is, listen, let's launch a pilot, let's work on this. And well, Telefónica is happy to follow specific pathways, and they clearly understand the benefits. And in the case of Unmanned Life and Telefonica, new products are developed, etc. So I believe this to be a very interesting point. Having said that, thank you very much for attending this session, and thanks for following us through streaming. We would like to close with a short video which really illustrates the demo in Distrito Telefónica. Thank you.
You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check is I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. You got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you never know.